Hello, I am John Hnatio. I'm a doctor of education, a graduate of the George Washington University, a former professor, and a member of a scientific research team. My research interests include computational social science and modeling and the impacts of artificial intelligence on the future of research. 2 years ago, we began a research effort to better understand misinformation and the effects it may be having on education and academic research. We brought together a world-class team of computer scientists and engineers to develop a new technology solution that would address the threats posed by the rise of artificial intelligence and misinformation. During our research and development journey, we identified the following 10 challenges posed by misinformation as they relate to students, educators, and academic researchers. First, we all depend on IT, which is driven by the data that comprises the internet. Second, the data on the internet includes true, false, and partially false data. Third, information on the internet is used for search engines and to seed machine learning and artificial intelligence computer systems, including chat boxes like ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, and many others. Now, this means that machine learning and artificial intelligence systems are continuously generating more false and partially false data. The result is that the sheer volume of false and partially false data on the internet is growing exponentially. As the volume of true, false, and partially false data on the internet continues to grow, the internet is becoming more and more contaminated with false and partially false data. The growing amount of false and partially false data on the internet not only gives rise to misinformation, but also erodes the integrity of the underlying research base that serves as the foundation upon which we develop new knowledge by conducting new research. To make matters even worse, computers and today's artificial intelligence systems are not designed to seek out ground truth. Rather, the deep language models and the probabilistic computational science they use are designed to engage us in conversation. Too often, computers and artificial intelligence give us what we want to hear rather than ground truth. This is why we so often see search engines and chat boxes that give us word salad, something that is just oblique enough to avoid upsetting our equilibrium regardless of our pre-existing mindsets. Sort of a diet of good-tasting baby pablum that won't offend by telling us what we would like to believe rather than giving us a simple yes or no answer with the hard evidence to prove it. Exacerbating all of these challenges is the inability of today's computer and artificial intelligence systems to detect faulty logic structures like improperly constructed syllogisms and logical fallacies that can accidentally or by intent be used to contaminate data. Of course, the real kicker for all of us students, educators, researchers alike is that we have had no way to quickly and effectively separate fact from fiction at the scale needed to validate the massive amounts of data we draw from and conversely add to the internet each and every day. Based on these 10 challenges, The research and development team set out to develop a new technology solution that would neutralize the massive contamination of false and partially false data on the internet. We took a completely different approach and flipped the computational model from mere conversational engagement to teaching our machines to simply give us the ground truth and the evidence to support it. Now, you probably won't believe me when I tell you that we have developed a computational technology solution that operates at scale, that can quickly and easily separate fact from fiction in the human assertions that comprise sentences, the sentences that comprise paragraphs, and the paragraphs that comprise complete documents. But that's exactly what the team did. To prove it, we'd like to show you how Legit works in the real world. For students, Legit can help to improve and hone technical research, logic, and critical thinking skills. For educators, it can be used to better assess and develop our students' technical research and critical and logical thinking skills. For academic researchers in any field of knowledge, it helps to identify the best sources of data, not just the most available ones. So let's take a brief look at Legit. To show the power of Legit, we analyze a couple of recent news events to demonstrate the ease of use, speed, and accuracy of the tool. Right now, we have achieved a 95% accuracy level in providing correct answers, but in the future, we are working to achieve a 98% level of accuracy.
46th President of the United States, Joe Biden. The 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump. This is the CNN presidential debate.
Back to Biden.
They acknowledge they made a lot of progress, number one. The fact of the matter is there's more small black businesses that have been started than any time in history.
Authentication found that this assertion was very likely. Under President Joe Biden's presidency, there has been a significant increase in the number of small black-owned businesses. According to various sources, including the U.S. Census Bureau and the Federal Reserve Board, the prevalence of black-owned small businesses has reached record levels during his tenure. Back to Trump.
The tax cut spurred the greatest economy that we've ever seen just prior to COVID. And even after COVID, it was so strong that we were able to get through COVID much better than just about any other country. But we spurred, that tax spurred now.
Authentication found that this assertion was very likely. Under President Trump, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017 had significant impacts on the U.S. economy. The tax cuts, championed by Trump and congressional Republicans, led to a boom in economic growth, which in turn spurred job creation and investments.
You know, a few days ago, on July 22nd, a hearing was held on Capitol Hill involving the United States Secret Service and the assassination attempt on former President Trump. Let's start by typing in. The Secret Service is supposed to do an advanced survey of public places where their principles appear. Legit instantly tells us that this statement is in fact a genuine issue of fact and lists some of the things that the Secret Service is expected to do, like assess potential risks and vulnerabilities at the location, including identifying possible sightlines for potential shooters, securing rooftops and other elevated areas, and implementing countermeasures to mitigate threats. This process, of course, involves meticulous planning, coordination with local law enforcement, and the deployment of specialized resources such as counter-sniper teams and explosive ordnance disposal units. Next, let's ask Legit. Evidence exists that the Secret Service adequately assessed possible shooter sightlines before the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. The evidence suggests that the Secret Service did not, I repeat, did not adequately assess possible shooter sightlines before the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. The beauty of Legit for students and teachers is that it can be used to support and improve existing curricula and develop new course offerings and help students engage in only the highest quality research. For example, we have built a process flow template to help students write research papers using Legit to improve their writing, logical, and critical thinking skills. Legit can be used by teachers and professors to better assess and help their students hone these skills in a disciplined and measurable way. For researchers, our continuous learning knowledge bases of pristine, pre-validated data extend across knowledge domains. This pristine data helps to preserve the integrity of past and new scientific research that serves as the foundation for the next round of research upon which we build future knowledge. We continue 24/7 to extract existing data from the internet to validate its accuracy and the sources to prove it in our learning knowledge bases. As an academic thought leader, professor, teacher, or student, we want to thank you so very much for taking the time to listen to our story today. We are very eager to find partners like you at secondary schools and post-secondary institutions of higher learning and research who share our commitment to seeking the truth and preserving the integrity of the research base. In a nutshell, we would like to bring all of us together to form a like-minded coalition of academic thinkers and doers to conduct further research and collaborate with one another to continuously improve and expand on the work that we have just started. If you share our vision, please reach out to us. We need you to share your ideas about how we can most effectively deploy the technology and come together to continue the research and innovation necessary to fight the threat of misinformation and the threat it poses to the future of learning and the generation of new knowledge. Thanks to all of you for watching, and we really look forward to hearing from you soon.